بنەری کەناڵەش دووبارە سڵاوتان لەبێت لەرەم لە کۆڕبەندی نێودەوڵەتی دڵفی لەگەڵ بەڕێز شەری کراهم تاڵەبانی بەڕێزیان سەرۆکی ڕێکخراوی سیدن. Ms. Talabany, welcome. Thank you so much for being with us. So, can you tell us briefly about SEED?
Yeah, SEED's a 10-year-old organization. So we've been in operations for 10 years now, and our focus for the last 10 years has been supporting the recovery and empowerment of survivors of violence. But now as we enter this new development phase, we're still focused on social protection, but we're really invested in human development. So creating a future where everyone in Kurdistan can thrive.
We see SEED as a women-led organization. So I want to ask, how does that shape your approach and impact on the ground?
So SEED is a women-led organization, and when women lead, we take different priorities and policies and positions based on our perspectives. It's shown globally around the world that when women lead, they think long-term about things that are good for society's thriving. So building resiliency within the family, better health and educational outcomes for children, social cohesion. So I like to think that we at SEED are a unique organization, being women-led, but working with women, men, boys and girls of every age, of every ethnic group, of every religion across Kurdistan.
Okay. Your work, part of your work focuses on survivors of violence. What kind of support do you offer to help them?
So we work at all levels of society. We provide direct services to those survivors and those at risk, and we provide comprehensive case management. So we look at a person's overall well-being, their mental health, their physical health, whether they need access to medical care. We look at access to livelihoods. We look at shelter, education, the well-being of their children. We look at somebody's safety. So we work across those. We provide legal services, mental health services, shelter, comprehensive care to survivors and those at risk of human rights abuses, domestic violence.
How can somebody that is possibly a victim can contact you?
Well, we have on our website access to our referral line. We're on all of the socials, Facebook, Instagram, all of them.
And everything will be private.
Everything's private and confidential, and some people just want advice, and sometimes people need services, and we help people rebuild their lives and get the help that they need and resources that they need.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you also focus on educating frontline workers as well.
Sorry?
Educating frontline workers.
Yes.
Okay, I want to ask you about that. Can you tell us what kind of training you offer and why is it needed?
Yeah, so we focus not just on changing systems in the government to help protect vulnerable people and help the government to be more accountable to its population, to look after the welfare and well-being of everybody. In order to do that, in order to implement good laws and regulations and policies, we need to ensure the capacity of the government, meaning law enforcement, protection actors, mental health providers, policymakers, that they have the capacity. So we do long-term capacity building programs, training, capacity building. We also train others, NGOs, university professors, but our focus has been on law enforcement and other protection actors within the government. And we focus on skills, knowledge, attitudes, beliefs, practice, putting things into practice. So our training is long-term training.
That's a lot. My last question would be, how do you collaborate with the local government or international partners to strengthen protection and support systems?
Yeah, so in every country, who's responsible for the protection of its citizens? The government.
The government.
So we have to work in partnership with local government, and we believe in strengthening their capacity to protect and respond to the needs of the population. During the ISIS crisis and in the 10 years that followed, there was a lot of international funding, and NGOs were providing direct services to the population. But in a long-term situation and in a development phase that this country is in, we need to focus on the government providing these services, supplemented by NGOs and organizations like SEED, but with the government in the lead. So we've made a lot of investments in our partnership with the government, and we think that we found so many champions who are committed to their jobs and who, just lack the investment of skills and time. And so we've been really lucky to partner with government. We've also partnered with countries around the world in getting their knowledge, getting their ideas, bringing them here, seeing how we can adapt international best practices and, global, evidence-based approaches here in Kurdistan, where we adapt it for our society, tailored for our context, and we just want to be as effective as possible. So that means applying things that have worked elsewhere.
Ms. Sherri Kraham, Talabani President and Executive Director of SEED, thank you so much for being with us.
My
It was a
pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Spas boya hoş geldin.